Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. I'm Kristi Shive, and this morning we're visiting with Ashley Board. She's Family and Consumer Sciences Agent in Caldwell County. And today you are going to talk to us about entertaining the little ones in our lives.
Yes. So boredom is actually a sign that our overwhelmed brain is relaxing. Boredom boosts creativity. So learning to endure boredom at an early age can actually help children develop those self-control skills that they'll need later in life.
And Ashley, I know that it's very tempting for us to feel like we need to fill their days with constant activities. But this is a great reminder that shows us that even if they have some downtime, this is a time for them to use their imaginations and explore the way children should be exploring with their minds.
Yes. And that doesn't mean that we can't help them out. I want to lead you to our Life Simplified podcast episode. We talk about that not only can you give your children to do for independent play, but also some activities to do together. But one of the first steps is to just make a list of
Mm.
activities that your child likes to do. And that may be something that you might challenge them depending on their age. How many things can you list in 5 minutes of things that you like to do? And don't rely on your brain or your child's brain to keep track of that list. Go ahead and write it down and post it up so that you can see it.
I think a list is a great idea, Ashley, because whenever they are bored or we hear that, we can refer back to that list.
Mhm. And especially if it's time for independent play, you can just say, well, let's go take a look at your list. Let's pick something from that list. And if it's together time, then maybe you look at a together time list and see what you want to do from that.
All right, Ashley, what are some other steps you have for us?
Well, just make sure that you are posting that for so that everyone can see it. Otherwise, you're going to, well, if you're like me, you're not going to remember what the things are that you like to do. And then try to avoid fixing it. If your child says, I'm bored, try to avoid jumping in there with something for them to do because that is letting them boost those creativity skills and they're learning to regulate, and it's okay for them to be bored for a few minutes.
And whenever it comes to making that list, Ashley, I have heard the suggestion to uh, look at each room in the house and think about the different activities that you can do in each room. So maybe the kitchen can be spent for science projects or cooking, whereas the living room can be more for like a movie marathon or building forts, something like that.
Yes, yes. It really helps to go through and look at those rooms because you're going to think of things that you wouldn't normally think of. And, our children probably have lots and lots of toys that they could play with, but that boredom is that nothing appeals to them at that time. So having that list and then going from room to room really will help think through the different activities that they like to do.
Ashley, such great ideas that are so simple and are very low cost. Such a great reminder that it's okay if our child is bored. Now, Ashley, you mentioned Your Life Simplified podcast. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes. So Life Simplified is a podcast all about making life easier. And one of our topics is I'm bored. And there are four agents, four FCS agents in Caldwell County, Christian County, Hopkins County, and Livingston County. And we all have children a variety of ages, age 1 through adults. So we have been talking about this topic, and our agent that has grown children, she's given us all kinds of tips
Mm.
for what she did when her kids were little. So we discuss in more detail about some specific activities that our children like to do.
Sounds like we all can benefit from checking out this particular episode. I know that the rest of the episodes are great. Be sure to look up the Life Simplified podcast anywhere you stream your podcast. Ashley, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for joining us today on the Farm and Home Show, and we'll see you next time.